Oh man, cherry Coke. Pretty nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Overall, I like Cheerwine more, but
Right.
it's different and enjoyable, unlike Wild Cherry Pepsi.
Yeah. I guess
I
you're
do
just a
feel like
racist.
I do feel like Wild Cherry Pepsi is the worst cherry cola.
Huh.
Cause I can't think of a like Dr. Pepper with cherry tastes really good.
I feel like there's at least some random like Walmart brand that's awful.
If I remember, either Winn-Dixie or Publix is fucking heinous.
Okay.
Probably Publix. Have you ever tried their brand of soda?
Well, other than the orange was good.
Which tasted like tangerine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Wasn't that weird?
Right.
I feel like I've tasted their other sodas. They aren't good. Yeah, we're starting this episode by talking about soda. Just start playing.
Okay, here we go.
But yeah, like their colas and Dr. Pepper knockoffs are terrible, which is weird because Winn-Dixie's is good.
Huh.
And for people who don't know, Winn-Dixie is a sort of cheaper grocery store that is not as fancy. Yeah, that's
I hadn't seen that
fucking weird shit.
that animation there. That was pretty hilarious.
Ugh. Put your ass in the air. Put your ass up in the air. Say, Bob.
Yep.
This seems like it's gonna be a level that is a boss fight.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I came to pick up a friend.
I guess it could be worse. They could just have a totally useless level before her. Hey. Hey, Bob.
What's up?
Maybe I'm just not remembering that last part of this Let's Play very well. What happened to Rodon?
Yep.
Really? I thought I wasn't paying attention. Which was the excuse I was giving Bayonetta to every time I looked over here that day I wasn't paying attention.
Right. But no, it's literally just
It's
doesn't
just a
connect
jarring
well.
mess.
It's almost like there was clearly something removed.
Or not made at all. Like, fucking could not have possibly been ready in time for launch.
Right.
Are you still going to forgive me my trespasses now? What are you going to do without your precious palace?
Which I guess I tore down. I'm not really sure what happened there.
There's no devil word for butterfly.
Or Madama.
Well, Madama is the devil word for madam.
Good thing the three of us girls enjoy a good catfight.
You know what's weird, Bob?
What?
I don't think Madama Butterfly was wearing panties.
Huh.
And on top of that, I'm positive I just saw her crotch. And on top of that, she don't have a vagina.
Look, they're demons. They don't get that.
We really built up to this character, so appreciate this battle.
Right, it's super weird that she's the only one that even down here that talks.
Yes. In fact, if there's anything not Devil May Cry about this,
Did to piss her off. But whatever
because
it was,
every demon in Devil May Cry wouldn't show up. Shut up. Even the owl could fucking talk.
Yes.
You bought a thing.
I bought a thing.
You bought a
I bought the
cheap
breaking thing.
Let's do it.
Go. And I was wrong about the screen yesterday because I wasn't syncing. It's where you equip accessories. It's not where you change the.
Oh, okay. What
costume.
does that accessory do?
That's the thing that lets me parry.
Oh. So this game got a lot easier, huh?
Yep.
I'm like, that doesn't seem that cheap. I have no frame of reference for how much damage you should be doing.
Right. Maybe I should switch to the other thing to show
No, no, don't even. Don't worry. Just speed her. Cause yeah, I'm not doubting. Are you sure this game's broken, Bob? Maybe you just didn't notice. I'm not. Sorry, Eric. I'm not Ericing it up over here, okay?
Right.
I'm not doubting the game that you clearly have a much better knowledge of than myself. Okay, quick anecdote to contextualize that so that way people don't think I'm an asshole. One time me and Jay were in our house and we were playing Final Fantasy 13.
Wait,
a
who?
lot. Me and Jay from HailsLeon.com.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Me and Jake from HailsLeon.com. We're in the old Giga house. Fucking we were playing Final Fantasy 13, and we were talking about some of the problems with Eric. And at one point, I brought up the very logistical gameplay balance problem. That is that your characters will wander forward and backward in some sauntering dance.
Right.
And that'll screw up, like, healers will be rubbing up against them, making them very, very high risk, and you have no control over it. It's literally random.
Right.
And Eric then went on the spiel of, like, oh, Americans have a tendency to blame the things that don't work. Blames the things instead of themselves for things not working out. And I'm like, no. And then I explained it even further, and he's like, still, I'm sure, you're just not doing something. And I'm like, no, what I'm trying to explain to you is that I literally have no control here.
Right.
And that's the problem.
Oh, she's got John.
In her belly.
Yeah.
How fucking weird.
And Asuka knows that she looks a lot like a Wonderful 101 villain.
Yeah.
No, you won't, because no one played that game.
Oh, good point. Bob takes back you're noticing, internet.
That it's going to be a bloody
I feel like on the PS4 they could have added booty physics.
release my Umbran sister.
Say, Bob,
What's up?
do you think... No, I made a promise. We're not going to talk about things fans have sent us about things that supposedly happened in this game. That was a weird animation.
Yeah.
Didn't really look like you were fighting it back as much as you were jerking it off, because it looked like you were letting it come back at you. I don't know.
didn't really get that, but okay.
You just sort of grabbed it and kept thrusting it forward and backwards really rapidly. It wasn't like a wavering, like pushing this way and then that way that, actual power struggles go like. Not a perfectly back and forth motion. Look, I jerk off a lot of giant spines. So, hey, Bob.
What's up?
I've only loosely been paying attention to this fight, but I get the distinct feeling that something you're doing is really cheap.
Yeah. If you notice, I kind of tore through the first part insanely fast.
Yeah,
And this is going to go about the same.
yeah.
The thing with this weapon is if you time holding down each button press when you hit, and then if you let go of it at the right time, it'll do another hit. And that
Okay,
second hit is
so-
about as powerful as the first hit.
So
And that ends up taking massive damage.
yeah.
Actually, it's more powerful than the first whole set of holding it in him.
So they added an interesting mechanic for this chainsaw. It just happened to break the game.
Right. They could have been really neat weapons. Also, they don't have any delay combos things either.
Hope it's just okay to rip the soul out.
Why not? But yeah, it kind of feels like that character was supposed to be
Built up to.
right and have
Yeah.
some sort of thing to do with this rebellion of demons
Or
or anything.
be at some sort of level of hierarchy in this hell.
Damn, woman, I thought I told you to chill. You got more important shit to do than dealing with this monstrosity.
Jean,
Now, either I didn't notice a camera angle change, or they're just not there anymore.
I think it's just
It's just a really abrupt change I didn't
Yeah.
catch because she was turning in the middle of it.
right.
you're going to be late. Jean,
To her sexy makeout.
get up. Please, Jean.
Say, Bob,
What's up?
Bayonetta 2 hair or Bayonetta 1 hair?
Bayonetta 2,
Okay.
because one's hair was super weird.
Yeah, but I don't know. It fit the sexy,
Jean,
like, librarian look she has.
Yeah.
It's why it worked for me.
what do you need? A wake-up kiss or something?
And by worked, I literally mean, like, the aesthetic made sense to me.
You never were much of a morning person, were you?
Where in hell? If only Bayonetta 2 had a brilliant plot like Mortal Kombat X.
Ugh.
Are you insane?
See, Bob, it could get worse.
I could. It could have just been about Bayonetta's kids. Like, a lot of them, they're all really boring. I feel like even that wouldn't have been as bad. I don't know.
What's happening?
But that's because it's that written by Platinum
Right.
Get back
/
forward
Kamiya.
and get some rest too.
I like the effect it has of a sort of
Pulsing.
outward from the medallion.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Happened to our world. I know. Just go home, and no stopping or turning around along the way.
I guess it's good that they can just go through the portal.
I thought I'd fucked up my business. Gotta hand it to you. This is quality. The perfect palette for an artiste. Now, time to do my dirty.
That thing he was holding at the beginning of the game.
That's the thing he was holding in the beginning of the game?
Yeah, and he was looking at it.
Yeah, it was. Why? He was just planning for this the whole time?
I guess.
So that's how that works. Well, not very romantic.
Got a nice glow about it, don't you think? As for its power, well, you don't need me to explain the fine points of fucking shit up, do you?
Never mind, that's the best part of the game. You know why video games are better than movies?
Why?
They have a higher frame rate.
Definitely a good reason.
Yep. Peter Jackson's like, oh yeah? I'm like, oh shit!
There he goes, that beautiful retard.
Beating us out by 18 frames per second.
Don't forget
On some games.
Right. Not even this one.
Parts of this one, though.
Yeah, it's parts of this
See?
one.
That's why it's so hard to just be like, games are better, because so many games now are 30. I mean, you look at the grand scheme of video games, quite a few are actually 30.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Because of last gen, mostly.
You would think, but a lot of NES games were 30, and you just didn't notice.
Huh.
A lot of Super NES, even, some of them. Of course, you know, they weren't exactly the top grade games for those platforms most of the time.
Got a platinum, because it was just fighting the one boss.
Yep.
Allure. That's another pretty good weapon that you don't get to so late. It stinks.
Yeah.
But it's a feat only weapon. Wait, I guess, yeah, you can put it on your arms too. It's another weapon with freaking delay combos.
So it's a weapon in this game that's new.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
I assume we're going to run on to the next one?
We are.
Okay, let's go.
Because I feel like that level's kind of short.
Yeah, it was just the boss fight that I cheesed.
No. I mean, this next one, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're good. Isn't there a stupid spin? Yeah. I love that one. It's so
spin.
dumb. You're like the Sonic character. You know what Sonic's better than?
What?
Tactics Ogre.
What?
And now we'll know if Eric's listening. Climax Horse.
Climax Horse. I didn't
Guys,
even read that.
I don't think we should export a product from Japan that says Climax Horse on the cover. Fine, name it Bayonetta 2. See if I care.
Whoop.
You know, I shouldn't care, but I care immensely that that running animation isn't remotely the correct speed for how fast you're going. You know, this just reminds me of how the beginning of Lords of Shadow 1 was really good, and then none of the rest of it was.
Oh, right, when I go on from climax, I just shoot lasers and kill them in one hit.
Laser beam!
Hey, it's one of them.
Oh yeah, that was in Final Fantasy 15, right? The demo?
Totally.
That was a behemoth. Tadongo. Say, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
You don't intend to buy any Wii U games this year, do you?
I'm about Splatoon.
Oh, that's right, Splatoon.
And the Zelda's no longer this year. And they haven't announced a new Mario yet, so I don't know if there are other games coming out this year.
I don't think there's a real Mario coming out on this platform. Just
Yeah.
like the GameCube.
And that's a really sad part. You know, Sunshine was really bad. It wasn't as bad as what we got this time.
I know, and the worst part is this time that was reviewed with raves. Like, it got raving reviews.
Yeah, which is
I hate
psychotic.
the game industry. I really fucking do. But you know I hold the same stance towards Link Between Worlds.
Right.
It's just that you don't remember Link to the Past well enough for that to have been the same experience for you.
Right.
Where you're just like, are you fucking shitting me? I've played this before. And I feel like every person taking my stance just hated these, you know, series anyways. You know, where they're just like, that asshole. It's like, it's the same thing.
Right.
So nobody's listening to that guy because he doesn't know. He's just coincidentally right because, you know, even a broken clock's right twice a day. I heard somebody misquote that to me.
Okay.
It was beautiful. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Even a broken clock is right at least once a day. I'm like, yes, it is right at least once. It is, in fact, twice. It was, I don't know, man. I then spent the time trying to think of, could you have a 24-hour clock?
Right. You know, it's cool to be riding a giant or evil unicorn, but it's just, I like the vehicle segments from the last one more because they were
Tied in better.
They were tied in better, but they were even more insane. Like,
Yes.
oh, and then she grabs the missile and flies that.
Because that's stupid.
Right. And,
Whereas
or
the demons-
sits on a motorcycle and could use her fingers to turn it on. And
Yep.
then it references random video games, and it's like,
Yeah, Bayonetta 1 just felt like a really good love letter to so many things.
right?
Whereas Bayonetta 2 is weirdly, just cynically, Bayonetta 1 again. In a way that isn't even Metal Gear Solid 2 good, right?
Right. Huh.
Wouldn't it be great if Uncharted 4 went Metal Gear Solid 2?
That would be pretty great.
That may be the best thing in video games ever, if that happens. This is pretty good.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
I like that he's Okami.
He still owes me some art.
Yeah. Not that you weren't already Okami.
Right? But then he's hella Okami because the things sprouting up are green and alive.
Right?
Your impudence will cost you your life, witch.
So you're saying diplomacy has failed then?
That was a reference to Wonderful 101.
Surrender.
Which I feel was a reference to something else, but I can't remember what said that diplomacy has failed.
Right?
Or shall I call fail?
I'm just disappointed that this game went the whole time without the Lumen Sage here going, "Move, witch! Get out the way!"
You shall be the first Umbra witch to die at my hand.
Douche nozzle.
Okay, now it's fully out there that he's Baldur.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he noticed that this is his daughter yet?
On my honor as a Lumen sage.
I don't know, because as you saw in the timeline, she looked almost exactly like this.
Right? I guess that maybe he didn't see her while he was back.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's the case, because, you know, she stayed with the Umbra Witches. I don't know. In the normal... In Bayonetta 1, when Baldur sees Bayonetta,
Yeah, he knows immediately.
he knows immediately.
So that's where it becomes weird of like, when did he find out? What?
Is this what he found out?
Maybe. I don't know.
Like later? It's really hard to talk about the timeline thing without just spoiling all that's left of this game.
Right?
I wonder how many people who are watching this, like, is it what, 20 people, maybe 40, who haven't even fucking played through this? So I wonder how many people we're ruining it for, you know?
Right? Whoop.
But, you know, that's just me and my anti-spoiler culture.
Don't say that. That's a dirty word.
That's their word. That's a dirty word. What, culture?
Yes, these days.
You know, oh man. I just think about how much culture as a whole got worse when the internet became such an active agent and allowed the homogenization of culture to an even more extreme extent. So that way bacon culture fucking arose from it. Maddox on The Biggest Problem in the Universe often sounds like a really old man screaming "get off my lawn" at people. But him bringing up bacon culture and a couple of other things like "I fucking love science," shit like that.
Yeah.
And just how, oh man, before the internet, we really didn't have this huge and consistent, you know, huge swaths of people, millions of people that were just like, oh, I love bacon, or any one thing like that.
Not be forgiven. He will never be forgiven. My soul is a lumen. He will draw his last breath before me.
Siegfried's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I like that he looks vaguely like Siegfried too.
This is impossible.
Little one?
How's this impossible?
I don't know.
What does that even mean? Why did you say that word?
Where am I?
I was watching some shitty cop show earlier, right?
Okay.
Detective hands like these photos to the people. He's like, I know, these may be hard to look at. And I just expected them to be really blurry and out of focus. I was like, oh, is this how those like really good parody movies got written? Just some asshole, maybe drunk, just watching a bunch of this genre, and every time they say something, they come up with a dumb visual gag?
Yes, definitely.
Probably, yeah. I mean, so I kind of feel like we should make a movie that is just that. The writing process was that. I don't even know what the movie would be. Because, of course, every genre that is in the United States has been done to death, parody-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, well, next time we get to go to Viagra, the city of Deja Vu?
GigaBoots has been brought to you by the support of our producers Vincent Poverk and Cywolf via our Patreon. Consider becoming a GigaBoots patron today.